In this training, we're going to do the first steps to updating and customizing your lead magnet funnel templates so that you can capture more leads that are perfect for your brand, your product, your program, your service. Now, I do this in several steps. The first step is always understanding who I'm trying to reach and what content I've created for them. So at Social Connector, we're all about all-in-one tools. We're all about creating ways for people to do more in less time. And so we have created a Reel Hooks, which is an entire tool that allows you to create 20 Instagram Reel hooks that will help you create content faster. And we're using a really cool framework that I found to be really helpful, which is using timely hooks, list hooks, negative hooks, curiosity hooks, and surprise hooks. And so we've created this page with our Reel Hooks built inside, and we're going to let people do these for free. So that's what we've created, and I'm going to be using our lead magnet funnel number 3 because it works really good. It's a very simple funnel. There's not a lot needed for it, so I want to show it to you. So it's number 3, LF-03, our lead funnel, and it's very simple. So we're going to start with that. And the first thing you want to do is you want to go through and look at each of the various sections and what's going to be needed. So working from the top down, we'll see here's a section here. Okay, this is our top section, and what's needed in here is we have a row that has a logo. Looks like we're going to have a support area here if we want it. We've got a headline row, which you can use your killer headlines, and I did that to create my headlines. We've got a little sub headline here that gives a little bit more information. We've got our product or our mock-up area where we're going to need an image. Obviously, we need a button. And then we're going to do a little bit more information about why this is so great and a little bit more about how they're going to get the tool. So these are the step-by-steps on how to get to our lead magnet, to our killer reels, our reels that really work, and another button to download it. And then we have an area for quotes. Okay. So, and then we have one last area here with just in case if we got in all this way, we want to make sure they start it. So this is where we need to start editing. Now, I believe in editing from content first. So we're going to start with our content. So the very first thing we're going to start with is actually here on our headline. So I've already created a headline and I've got it copied, and I just used our killer leads, or excuse me, our killer headlines scripting, our Content Genius tool that's been given to you. And so I'm going to show you the one that I chose for our lead magnet. Okay, so let me copy this here. I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to paste it. And it looks like I got to do this and this right here. So there it is. And then I'm going to make that bold. All right. So here it is. Say goodbye to content block. Instantly craft viral hooks for Instagram effortlessly. All right. So I love the idea of you're getting rid of the thing you don't want. You're getting the thing you do want, and you're doing it with ease. Okay. So that's our first section. Now this next section, we want to create content that it goes with this, and it gives a little bit more information about why someone would want to do this thing they're about to do. So I'm gonna use this that I created here, this content here, and again I'm copying it from my notes. That's all I do. I use our tools, I copy them onto notes, and then I just paste them so I have them. And so what we've said here is we're gonna unlock the power to effortlessly create captivating viral Instagram reels in just seconds. You can say goodbye to content creation stress and hello to engaging posts that resonate with your audience. This tool simplifies your social media strategy. It saves you time, and it boosts your online presence without the frustration of creative block. And I'm going to put this, or the need to master Chat GPT. So I don't need to master Chat GPT because I've got a tool that's going to do that for me. Now, I will tell you, as you're building this, you're going to start to go, oh, I don't like how the spacing is. We're going to take care of that after we've done all our content. So we're putting in our content first, and then we're going to stylize things. We're going to change colors. We're going to add our graphics and things like that. So this is our graphic that we're going to add in a second. Now let's create a quick button. So this is the button we're going to use, and it's going to open up to our pop-up. As you can see here, it's going to open up to our pop-up. So we just need to change this to access the Reel Hooks now. And yes, we're going to do this 100% free 100% of the time, right? So they're gonna get this and it's gonna be free. Okay, then we're gonna come down here and we have another headline that we want to update. And again, I just did this off the top of my head. You could say maybe this isn't the greatest one. It's just the one that I'm going to use. Now we're going to come down, and all I'm doing to do this is inside of Social Connector, I'm just clicking on the areas. So these are called elements. When you see them in orange, they're called elements. When you see them in purple, they're called columns. And when you see them in blue, they're called rows. And when you see them in green, these are sections. So this is a body section that we're using here. This is our main section up here. Everything's inside here, and you can see there's a column, there's a row, then we've got another row here that's a little bit smaller, right? So those have all been added for us. All we have to do is update the content. So let's put in our new headline, and this is going to be right here. So let me grab it real quick off screen. Okay. And got it. So we're just going to take this and paste it in. And viral hooks made easy. Get the engagement you want without the frustration you don't. And we're going to make that bold. And then we have our little sub headline area, our content block here. So I'm going to capture that. And again, you can take some time. You need to take some time, and maybe you use ChatGPT, you use some of our tools, and you'll see this is just way too long, right? So now I'm going to show you one of the tools that we do have inside of Social Connector. If you find this to be too long, you can highlight this and you can actually come down here to RAI. Now this does come at an additional cost, but you come to RAI and you could say, make this shorter. Okay. So it's going to take this information, boom, and it's going to make it shorter. Unleash the content potential with our AI tool. Create stunning Instagram reels instantly. Say goodbye to creative blocks. Hello to engaging, resonance-driven posts for free. Step into the future of social marketing. Amplify your message for maximum engagement. So I'm going to try one more. Let's just see. Let's just try one more. Unleash your content potential with our cutting edge AI for Instagram Reels. There we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So I'm going to replace the text. Boom, and it makes it nice and small here. And then not just hooks, a framework that's been proven time and time again to help you go viral, because it has. Okay, so we're gonna leave that there. And then here's an area we're gonna put another picture here in a little bit. Okay, and then we're gonna say get access immediately. We want everything to be immediately. Okay, it's gonna open the pop-up. So we've already, look at how quickly we've done this. We've done this in a very short amount of time, 8 minutes we've done this. And now we're gonna add another headline. So this is another headline, but this one's about our process. So let me capture this here. And I've just created another headline, ignite your Instagram business. Instant access to endless viral reel hooks await. Okay, and let's get rid of this boldness there. Perfect. And now what are our steps? Well, we want them to, it's really simple. We want them to download. We want them to click it. So we're going to tell them real easy that we want them to click the Access Now button. Okay, so click the Access Now button. Okay, so we're going to make this real quick. I'm going to pause and we're going to come over here and we're going to make this say Access Now. Okay, and there you go. To unlock your gateway to the Real Hooks Creator, your steps away from transforming perfect. Step 2 is that we want to just share a little bit. We want them to share a little bit about their topic, their industry. All right, so you're just simply going to share into your world by answering a few easy questions about your topic. Let's do this. Your topic. Let's get rid of this. And hit submit and watch as our AI goes to work. Creates viral, personalized viral worthy reel hooks for you in under a minute, because it does. It's not just content, it's your brand's voice. Perfect. Okay. And so we've done that. And then we're going to do step 3. Now they get to choose it. So they're going to choose the content that they want. And again, I did this in advance because I don't really want you to watch me type. That's not always fun. Okay. And even if they don't choose them all right now, we're going to email them to them. So now let's just go ahead and change our steps. So step 1, we're going to say dive in with ease. Okay. Step 2, we're going to say spark the magic. Okay. And step 3, we're going to say embrace your creative arsenal. I like that one. Copy. Paste. And then let's make it bold. Okay. Now we've got all that done. We've got the access now button. And then down here, we're going to put in some quotes. Now I'm going to show you something real quick. Maybe you don't have this part. So all you have to do, maybe you want to have it later because you don't have anyone. You just created this lead magnet, right? So I'm going to click here because I don't have this. And so but I don't want to lose it. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to see how it says benefits. So we're going to call this, I'm actually going to change the section name, and I'm going to call this testimonies. Okay, so these are testimonies. And then I'm going to go into the advanced tab here, and I'm just going to hide it off of mobile. I'm going to hide it off desktop. So now it's gone. I don't even need it right now. Okay, next we're going to finish it up. We have one last heading here. Okay, and we're going to ask the question. Let's ask the same question. Are you ready to get started? So I just took that exact same thing, fed it in, and now we're going to do this right here. Ready to transform your Instagram with click and create viral hooks. And finally, we're going to give them one last reason why they need to start right now. Boom, just like that. And finally, we'll change this. Access your personalized hooks now. And let's do it again. Let's say 100% free, 100% of the time. And opens the pop-up. Now we're going to save it. And literally by using AI, our tools, and a template's already built, we have actually already given all the content needed for our first page of our lead magnet. So the next thing I want to do is I want to go through and we're going to start changing colors. So this is really simple to do. So they use a dark color here. I have a color for my brand, so I'm going to use that color. So you want to know what your colors are. Really great that if you work with Dana, she's awesome for this, but you want to know what your colors are. So for my colors, I'm going to use a background that's similar to this, a little bit darker. So one of my colors is a black color here. Let me grab that. Okay. You just got to know your colors. And so I'm going to come in here. All we have to do is we click on the section. You'll see here's the background color for the section. Notice that we're highlighted in green. It says we've selected the section here on our right. I'm just going to select this. I'm going to click add a custom color. Paste this in. Tab, add the color. So you can see it just changes it just a little bit for me. That's one of my colors. Now I use a different color here. So let's go ahead and come in here and let's change our various colors. So I don't use blue. So I use a different. So if you see here, we have two options. We have our regular color, which is not bold, and we have our bold color, which is here. So I'm going to choose for my bold color. I think I'm going to do, I have a light orange that I like. So let's see how that looks. We're going to click on the bold color, click add a custom color. Click add color. Yep, I love that. I think it looks great. So we're going to use that. Scroll down here. Same thing here on our button. We're going to add that color to our button. All we have to do is select the button. Now, once we've added a color, it's going to be here. So I'm just going to select it just like that. Here, same thing. We're just coming through and we're going to come through. I don't even have to highlight actually. If I just select the actual element, which is orange, and I just change the bold color. There we go. Now this, maybe I don't like it as much, but it flows with what we're doing, so I'm going to leave it. And then here is our button. Change the button background color. There we go. And then again, we're going to change our color here. So once I've got the colors I know I want, and I try to stick to 3 or 4 colors. That's just me. I'm not a designer. Now on these, we're going to have to come in and do something a little bit different. We're going to do some graphics, which we'll show you in the next training. But right now, we're going to just set these up here to get them working. Okay. So remember, we start with our content. First, we add the content, then we customize the content, then we add our graphics, all right? And so all I'm doing is going through each section and just like that. Perfect. Come into here. Oops. See, I messed it up, so I'll just click that. I actually need to select not the background color, but I want to select the actual bold text color. And I need to change the button color. Okay, and then we're going to change this section's color to that version of black that we use. There it is. Okay, then down here at the bottom, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to change this to a new color, which is something we use quite a bit. It's a kind of a dark green. It's one of our brand colors. And we'll change the font color here. For now, we'll just make it white, okay? And so now we've got our colors pretty much set. Now what we want to do is we want to change our font. Now I have 2 fonts that I use. You do need to use Google Fonts to make this work the easiest. So the easiest way to do this is to have everything set. You'll see right here as you're going through fonts, right here in this section here, you'll see you have typography. You can do headline, content, or you can create custom for each section. They're going to default to headline and content, which is great because now I can easily change this entire site by just coming up to our settings here under typography, clicking typography and changing the font. So I use Poppins is my headline font, and I use Aleo as my content font. And now you can see that we have instantly changed every section to match our fonts. Now I see a couple more areas that I want to change the color on. So for example, I don't use a pure white. I actually use an off-white cream. So I'm going to change that color of this section. So all I need to do is I select the section. The green is the section, it's intro section 2. And I'm going to change this. I don't have it. I'm just going to add a new color, paste in my number, click add color. And now I've got this section color is that. Now I'm going to leave this white because I kind of like it. It works. It breaks everything up. But for the rest of it, I'm going to leave it like this. Okay. Now I'm going to come through and do a couple more customizations. So I feel like this is maybe a little bit big. So I'm going to change the font size here to 24. Okay. And I also don't like the spacing in the lines. I'm going to make them shorter so you can see here 1.5. I'm going to make it 1.2. There we go. Bring it together a little bit. Same thing here. This is a much too big for me. So I'm going to change this to 24. There we go. And then I'm going to change this in the advanced. I'm going to change the line height to 1.2. And that's a little too close for this one because there's a lot of words. So let's try 1.3. There we go. And this one, I'm definitely going to change this to 1. See how we like that? Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, so now we come through. And again, we're just looking for little areas that we might need to change. I'm going to change this to 18. I like 18. I feel like it's a little bit better. Okay. And you just have to play with this to figure out what you like it to be. What you'll see here is we have a lot of padding here on the bottom of each of these. So you can see there it's to keep them all about the same height. But maybe if we change the padding, so this is our column, and you can change each of the columns, and the padding is the space in between the bottom, okay? And then the margin is the place outside of each of these. So I'm going to change the padding here and just see what happens when I change it. So nothing, let's just put it to 0. Let's put this one to 0. And this is our long one. Let's put this one to 0. And let's see what happens when we do that. There we go. It moves it up a little bit. And now everything is right as the bottom. They're all going to line up together. So that's why it does that. Let's go ahead and make these a little bit smaller. And again, you can tweak this. And I'm going to leave this at this once we're done here. But you can tweak these as you want them to be. All I'm doing is selecting them. And then on the left-hand side, or excuse me, the right-hand side is where I make the changes. Okay. Oh, I went 2, so I'll make it 22. Great. So here we have it. We're all good to go. And you can see now all we need next is to, let's update our content a little bit. I actually don't think I need this for me. So I'm going to delete this. I don't even need this element. I'm just going to delete it. And you'll notice now this gives us a lot of space here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the padding. So here's our row. You'll notice there's space here. There's a bunch of space here. So we come into our row, we select it, and here's padding. You see that's set to 20 pixels. So I'm going to reset the top, make it 0 pixels. And I'm going to select our column. And if we go to the column padding, there's nothing there. Let's look at this one. There's nothing here. So we have to, well, what's going on? Why is this logo so high? So we're going to come in here and you'll see really no good explanation for why this logo is the way it is. So we just want to look around, and then what we'll find is that we may see a change when we nope, we want to leave it default. There we go. So we might see a change when we add our logo. So this could be just the way this graphic is. So in the next training, we're going to add our graphics, and we're also going to move on and build our pop-up. So we'll see you guys in the next training.